honey, it's way past time. How explicit do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul, and honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine.
Well, here we are yet again. How you like this bowler? And I am a bowler every Friday night. At least I attempt to be. Let me tell you something about that. If you have a special thing, like bowling was my special thing, and my husband, Dr. Brian, not for me. Ooh, they're too heavy. It took him one time. Now he outbowls me every single week. I even have shoes and my own ball, and he said, well, he has his own shoes now. I'm not ready for my own ball, but he still bowls like 190, 180. I know. You know what? It was like that. Good morning. It was like that when I went years ago to film my very first, like, I don't know what it was. It was something for my coaching program or something. First time in a studio, right? And they had the director's chairs. And Brian was there just to support. And then they started saying, well, you're a therapist and da-da-da. You might want to think about, he was, oh, no, it's not for me. So when I was all in my head and the ticker tape thing, what do you call that thing? The teleprompter. The teleprompter was on, right? Good morning, I'm Dr. Lauren. ADHD is sitting in the chair over there next to me. That's why it's like this. My world, you're visiting. Anyway, he sits in the director's chair, which they gave us as a souvenir. It's right over there. He's got up there. It was one of those high ones. He hopped up. And they said, and action. Hi, I'm Dr. Brian. That's a wrap. Oh, my God. That was perfect. Have you ever seen anyone catch on? But you know what? He is my best buddy. He is my biggest supporter. And I remember when I was 22 years old, I said to the universe, I would rather spend my last 5 minutes with my everything than all of my journey with just anything. And boy, now I was 22. Now at 40, don't get it twisted. I was like, dang, y'all took that seriously. I hadn't had a date, right? But the day that at 50 years old, this man walked around the corner and I saw an aura, a literal aura. I've never seen one before, and I've never seen one since, around his body, right? And I remember I said, okay, I live right here. Go on in. He was like, well, shouldn't you go in first? You live there. He said that was when he thought serial killer, because we met through an online, right? But when he turned around, I literally was going. And I just say that to say this to all of you to start today's show off with. If you have that soul mate, it can be a friend. They don't always have to be romantically connected. They can be a bestie, a sibling, a neighbor, anyone who you have that true connection with, right? And today's guest just came off of a trip to France. And I believe just from the picture I saw that her and her daughter share that kind of a thing. Now, mothers and children, I remember my birth mother when I found her at 32. She said to me, I said, how did you know I was going to find you? And she said, you and I, she touched her stomach. You know how pregnant women do? She said, because you and I were once one person, right? And I believe we have that same similar connection, maybe not as tight as mother and children, but with each other. There are those out there. And we hope through these illuminated conversations that we have right here, that's the Bella Purpose, here on Bathrobe Moments, that you start listening for the feeling for your soul's elbow nudge. I'm here. You see what I'm saying? I just realized the other day, I said, between my higher power, always speaking in here, and the person that it lives down in the apartment downstairs, you know, the lower echelon of my being, my soul, I believe they're down in there. Man, I've never had a moment's privacy in this life of mine, and I'm glad for it. I'm glad for it. Can we get an amen? So listen, like it says on the bottom, welcome to the show, everyone. I'm Dr. Lauren. This is the reboot of Bathrobe Moments. We were here for over 10 years, 5 days a week, 50 weeks a year. And then some wonderful things happened with syndication opportunities. And now we're back because I missed y'all. And many of you said you missed the show, so we're back. And just starting with Tuesdays and Thursdays, but we've decided as of July 15th. No, is it June, you guys? June 15th, we're going to be booking 5 days a week again. So I don't know how they roped me into that, but I'm glad they did. I'm glad. Right now, I want you to please, in the comments, I want two things. Place your thoughts in the comment section today. One thing that you are grateful for. You woke up this morning, I feel fantastic. Let me say, don't say anything. Don't say, oh, I'm good. Where is there to go from good? Gooder? You cannot go anywhere. State the facts. I am great. And by the end of the day, I hope to be greater. I am bold. And by the end of the day, I choose to be bolder. Oh, I am wise. But I'm going to learn something today so that I can close my eyes tonight and say, I am wiser. It takes one E and one R to take you to a whole new level. And when you wake up the next day, you will be revived, refreshed, remembered, reminded, rewired, replenished, resplendent. That's what that ENR will do. It'll switch on your butt for the next morning, give you RA, and you can wash, rinse, and repeat. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. One thing your comment that you are grateful for. Put it in the comment section, won't you? And bless in the manner in which you choose to be blessed. Share this out with one person, right? If you were down and you were, when you want somebody to send you something, say, come on, we can already have some laughs. We're getting ready to have some great conversation, because that's what we do right here on Bathrobe Moments, illuminated conversations. Now, excuse me, my sidekick is here, 10 years and counting. Miss Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo in the house. I love me some Lucy. Got all the collectibles over there, and I drink out of this cup every day. Why? Because just like now, watch this. Guess what I'm getting ready to do? See it? What am I doing? I am pouring into this cup because I cannot serve from an empty cup. I cannot serve from an empty plate. Know this, you all. If you're setting the table for legacy, it's a reservation for one. Set the table for yourself first. So a lot of us set the table for legacy. We work decades after decade after decade. And then we end up at the end, we got 13 plates and 47 spoons, and we're serving soup. You got the spoon, but what you going to serve it from? Pour soup on the plate and watch what happens. Set the table for one. Make sure you have one fork, one spoon, one knife, everything you need for anything that is served up. Because you don't know what's coming out of the kitchen. You just want to be ready for it. It's going to be nutritious. That's how you don't end up serving the world styrofoam for dinner. 0 calorie content. Have your table set. Remember, too, when you sit at that table, don't forget who built it. Think about that. But here it is. Make sure that you're pouring into your cup. Why? Because it says my cup runneth over. It ain't said nothing about your cup running out. Oh, and there's your tip for the day. Let's get Alice in here. Don't you dare put an S on her last name. She does not want to be associated with that truck company with all the money in it. She just wants the money without the truck, and I don't blame her. Alice Brink, Alice Marie Brink, I'll talk about that middle name too, is here today. And when I don't want to say too much because how we came to be reconnected. There's that RE again, reconnected. It's something a lot of us say, ooh, out of the blue. That was random. It was all behind a butt dial. Where was my phone? Wasn't back? It was a pocket dial. You know what I'm saying? I don't carry I just thought about that. No, it was what did I say it was? Just that fast. 64 on the 4th of July. I'm embracing it. I'm just saying, as long as I can remember where I live and what my name is, and if not, put one of them tags on me. I'm good. You know why? I am manifesting greatness. It's like this. I tell people all the time, here comes a cuss word in 3, 2, 1. I'm not trying to be anything special, but I am trying to be the black-ass male Betty White. 99 or better. That's what I am manifesting. I know you laugh at it, but so what? It'll get me there one way or another. Guess what? When we return, we're going to have Miss Alice sitting up here on the stage. Get ready. Share this out. We got a great show for you right ahead. Don't you dare move. We'll be right back with more of our show after these messages. How you doing out there this morning? Oh, what a blessing. What a blessing. Listen, you don't have one for doubt. You don't have one for worry. You have one for fear. So if something isn't threatening your physical body, which you need for your soul to finish your mission here,
then there's a trick to it. It doesn't mean flight, it means fight. Stand for. Know something. When someone asks you something about yourself, don't you dare whisper. You scream with the top of everything you are, because that's how they're going to stand up and listen to you. Your voice is your light, and we're going to prove that today. You are never going to guess your way into your purpose, into legacy. You're never going to guess the brightness of your light and the illumination of it. You're going to know it. And if you didn't before you came in here, trust me, you will by the time. If you know who you are, you'll understand where you're at. And that is the light that will direct you to where you're going. Today you woke up a version of yourself that you didn't realize you would never be again, because you're here. You are leaving with things today that will change you and will allow you to change the light and the frequency around everyone and everything you touch.
Welcome back to the show, you all. Thanks to today's sponsor, Vision Digital Studios. I've been with them for over 8 years, and they do all of the wonderful assets and things you see across the LMH brands. Now, guess who's here? Hey!
Hi.
How are you, Miss Alice?
I'm so good. You had me laughing.
Oh, good. Laughter is, in fact, the best medicine. It really is.
It really is. That's right.
How many times a day do you think you laugh on average?
Oh my gosh, I laugh a lot. That's where these came from.
I know. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I miss these. Remember COVID? Of course. First thing that happened when the mask went on.
Oh man.
I miss being able to smile and seeing people smile. What about
you? We need to read people. Right.
That's
All
right.
right. So many things made me kind of chuckle as you were going through your intro. So, number one, Betty White.
Oh, that's a good one, ain't it?
Oh my God, I love her. And we just bought, so my husband and I integrate the energy and his speaking skill training. And we have a program called Energize Your Message. And I kind of
What's it called?
It's called Energize Your Message.
Energize Your Message. Okay.
Energize Your Message. Yeah. It's on the website. But we have a lot of fun with that. And we integrate the energy with the speaking skills. And so sometimes we don't have like a full house, but it's very key, the energetic exchange with eye contact. And so we got a bunch of cutouts. We just ordered them, and one of them is Betty White. It's going to be so fun. We got Frank Sinatra and who is it? James Earl Jones, and it's intense.
Jones,
yes, and he's looking right at you, man. He's just looking right at you. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Oh, hi Michelle. I see somebody.
See that? Yes, Michelle. Hello, and also Jenny Castleberry's here, and a few others.
Oh, great. Hi, friends.
So first of all, I'm gonna dip out for about 30 seconds and leave you on the stage alone to just start your own vibe with the viewers and just tell them a little bit about Alice Brink. That because that's why I don't read bios. And let's just speak it into existence. Let's do that, okay? Take your time. How about you can even have up to 45 seconds, if you want, and just share with everybody. Let them know what's on your heart today, and don't leave that section without letting us know one thing that Alice Brink gets to do every day that she is 100% sure will ease some form of suffering somewhere in the world.
Oh, thank you.
All you. Take it away, Miss Alice.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. What a fun format and reconnection with Lauren. We'll probably talk about that in a minute. So I'm going to just say I am blessed and honored to be a leadership coach and energy trainer. And I kind of changed my moniker to energy trainer a long time ago when I realized that people that were coming to me for Reiki treatments then, Reiki was kind of my gateway energy, they were becoming addicted to me. And they had this skewed view that I got the energy and I would give it to them. And so I just got really uncomfortable with that. And that pushed me into more coaching energy, teaching energy. So now, and I guess this is my hopeful, awesome thing that I get to do now, is I help people reignite the hope inside of them that they actually have this ability to become aware of their energy, activate the energy, and direct the energy. That's why I'm here. And that's what I do. So I think that's probably enough for now.
That was great. That was awesome. And
Okay.
it sounded like we needed a voiceover. I am Alice Brink, and I endorse this message. Oh, by the way, that's the Bell of Purpose, y'all. It's a real thing. Started as a little call bell 10 years ago. And then the network gave me this great big old honker here engraved. And I ring it because every time there's some truth on the table, I ring it. Why? Because the truth. You guessed it. It has a ring to it. Literally. That's right.
I love it.
Your vibration due north. Due north.
Yeah.
And you'll
Exactly. Yeah, and then we sensitize. You made reference to it already, like leaning into that energy and connecting. That's what it's all about. We have these abilities that we're just not using, the majority of us.
Let's talk
And
about
boy, they're waiting for us.
Okay, let's start here.
Okay.
For instance, what brought us back together? Now, the first time we met was how long ago?
It was about 4 years ago, I think.
4 years ago, right?
Go at that retreat.
That's right. And then what was that retreat?
That retreat was
San Diego?
I can't remember exactly. It was you were emceeing that retreat.
Was it Dr. Monsi and John?
Yeah, John and
Oh,
Monty.
San Diego. John Block and,
Yeah.
and Dr. Monsi. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Yeah. Right. And
Now I remember you.
I got
was
to tell you a
thinking
fun fact you don't know.
What?
So my bed there, Matthew McConaughey had slept in that bed the week before.
I know. Who do you think he was laying next to?
I don't know. It was a single bed. Oh, for heaven's sake.
Oh, okay. Welcome to the party.
I know.
Alex.
It was just
I'm kidding,
insane.
I'm not trying to. Isn't he wonderful? How did you find that out?
It was a series of events I probably don't want to explain right
Let
now.
me see. You found a hair follicle or something that had to test
I'll
it?
tell you later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You found a plastic bag of linen that hadn't been washed in the. Let me stop. You shouldn't give a person like me that kind of info.
You're way too close to the truth.
Okay.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I know what we're going to talk about. This is so highly, highly spiritual. I'm just so
It is.
grateful for
Okay,
this.
so it was 4 years ago, and then a couple months
Yeah.
ago, or whenever it was.
It's
your
right
phone
before I
rang,
left for
and I was
France. It's like 6 weeks ago.
Okay, and I was like, "Hello," and you were like, "Hello." I was like,
My phone rings, and I had your ID in here.
Yeah.
I know.
And there we were.
There we were.
we
And you know what I'm going to call it now?
What?
A divine dial. A DD. We had a DD.
A
We had a
DD.
divine dial. I'm going to quit calling them butt dials or whatever.
You better hurry up.
It's divine appointments. I would say when you stir the energetic pot, things are allowed to come in.
Let's talk about that. A lot of people would think that was random. Oh, out of the blue, out of nowhere. How can something come out of nowhere? That means there was nowhere for it to come from. Makes no sense. Instead of it making what? Perfect sense. Perfect sense is fine. So, Alice, tell us in your world, how would that energy look that made this DD?
Oh, how would that energy look?
Yeah, because we're going to just use this to get into that spirograph that you have behind you on the wall. That's what I thought it was, y'all.
Spirograph.
I was like, "Ooh, that's
the same age."
I remember that. But that's what is that back there?
Those are wonderful, and they're back. All the old stuff kids want to do.
I know.
That's so the 8AD party is on now. You know that, right?
Between us.
So one thing I wanted to say is you mentioned you saw the energy around your partner.
Yeah, my husband.
Okay, so real quickly, I just want to say the first time I saw the energy, I was out in Boston visiting my daughter. She was in grad school there at Tufts, and we had this long day of looking all over Boston, and she had to go to class or something. So I was just chilling out in that park. I can't remember the name of it now, that famous park that's in central Boston. And I remember just sitting there and going, what? And there was like a train of students or people that were just coming off this one sidewalk and turning kind of in front of this fountain. And I remember just thinking, why do those people all have crowns on their head?
Did you see a train?
I crank well, these people look like a train of people, like it was just person after person coming off.
I see it.
I said, in their head. And I could see this light crown like radiating out from their heads. And that's the first time I actually saw the energy. But I was in a relaxed state, I was not striving or anything. And so it was just very interesting. So I just wanted to acknowledge that.
Did you know what it was, Alice, at the time? Because I had no idea.
Oh, I knew it was the energy. I already worked with energy for many years. Yeah.
So what about those of us? Wait, what about those of us like myself? When I saw it, I knew what I knew.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I didn't know. Okay.
Right.
So
Right.
seriously, because when I said going before me and was doing all this, I
Mm-hmm.
was like, is it real?
Yeah, like what is that? Are
What's
my
wrong
eyes
with
going bad or yeah.
So what about people who may be witnessing, experiencing, it's right in front of you. It is time, because I believe in my world, greater than works on a need to know when it's time to grow basis.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
don't have to always go out seeking something.
Mhm.
Sometimes it finds me because
Mhm.
I need it. Not that I
Yes.
want it, but need is a part of a plan. So what about those people?
Mhm.
Maybe it's time for you to expand and to grow into this knowledge.
Mhm.
What are some of the things they can look for to know something knocking on the door? Do me a favor, open the door and let it in. Remember that song?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Someone's knocking at
Yeah.
my door. Somebody's ringing
Uh-huh.
the bell. Take it away.
Absolutely.
What are some
I
of the
I
signs?
love the question because it is time. We're being called to up level and really use all our abilities to do the good that we came here to do. As we know, there's a lot going on and a lot that gets all the media attention and is pulling our attention, our precious resource that we need to guard. One of them is our attention, and it is being dragged around. It's being captured by this thing. And we need to just wake up to the fact that we can run that and we drive that bus. And by doing that, we're guiding and driving our energy. Our energy is tied to our attention. And so it's a great question because it's time. And it's fun. And it's like, oh boy, there was the rest of me waiting to be, acknowledged. It's been waving its hand, waiting to be acknowledged. And so I talk about energy being another sense, just like seeing, smelling, tasting, hearing, energy. Why not? It's giving us information. We're actually able to emit information through the energetic field. And like you said, like sometimes you just know, you just kind of, when I saw your name on my phone, I thought, oh, this is interesting because I knew you had a show and I kind of knew that you were really out there. And I thought this year, so my husband and I said,
That's code for crazy. I knew you were really out there.
in both regards, who are we to say what's
I
my
received
wisdom?
this. I receive it. I receive it all. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So at the beginning of the year, my husband and I kind of chose a word for the year, and it was surprisingly enough celebrate. Having just lost our son by marriage in September. And we were just acutely aware, like it is time to celebrate. It's time to visit the people, call the people, do the things, take the gloves off and do our work. It's time to celebrate and be present and all that. But the other word is expansion. And so expansion, it's been amazing. I have actually like manifested. I wanted to do a group coaching for years. I've done now, I just finished month 3. And so things are happening. It is expanding. And so you're all part of it. You're part of that. I'm part of that. We're just all
Absolutely.
part of that.
Absolutely. Now, I
Yeah.
want to say this too, because something happened to me a year ago. I think I mentioned it to you when we were doing our discovery calls,
Hmm.
about how I had that thing happen where I heard the power of 3 is upon you, and how my
Oh.
knees buckled. Yeah, yeah. I was on my deck. We were
Mhm.
doing a kitchen remodel last year, this time. And so
Oh, joy, that'll be a trial by fire.
oh, it was, well, you know what? Listen to this. My husband, the therapist, had Googled, so not to get off track, but it was so interesting. The top 3 things that place a wedge between a couple. Number 1, infidelity on the part of one or both parties. Number 2, the loss of a child. And number 3, a kitchen remodel.
I
That's what
love
we
it. You're looking up.
that's
So,
what we said until around weeks number 6 in the kitchen remodel. We were like, I know why they said that now.
mm-hmm.
So anyway, listen, I was
Yes.
on the deck and I heard this thing behind me. Seriously, power of 3 is upon you. And I whipped around. I could almost feel the breath of it on my neck. And I thought it meant something bad was going to swoop down and cut my head off and carry me away. And my legs were shaking. And when my husband came out with the zucchini that I was supposed to cut to put on the grill, he said, why is your speech slurring? I called my best friend, Dr. Mark. First thing he said, why is your speech slurring? And da-da-da-da-da. And then I started to cut the zucchini. And this is what I'm heading to. I was cutting, and I was like, I don't think I should do this because I'm on blood thinners. You know, all that international travel. I had a blood clot like 4 years ago. And it came back, and they said, you're on this for life. You cut yourself. Be careful, blah, blah, blah. So I'm cutting, and I'm like, we're going to say, no, just take your hand away. Boom, 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 boom. Next thing you know, by the time I hit the third one, when we set it up straight, you could not see where the cuts were. They were evenly spaced, perfectly spaced, and I kept hearing, and I gained confidence. I gained all kinds of things I didn't even know were possible because it said, with every strike of the knife, repeat this. This is pure energy. This is pure energy. This is pure energy. Next thing you know, I'm going like this. I promise you. So when you said energy, I thought they always said pure energy because not all energy is good energy. Let's talk about that. How do we know the difference? We've all been in that place where we go, ooh, you got bad juju. Or, ooh, I don't know. That just had dark energy. Talk about how we ascertain the difference.
It always comes up. You know, I do a workshop and people say, well, what do I do about somebody who has bad energy or, you know, is influencing me with their bad energy, whatever it is.
So bad, dark, you hear dark energy, that scares people.
Right.
You know?
Right. So my answer used to be, you know, there's no such thing as bad energy. It's the energy. And there's different vibrational levels of it. If we believe in an all-encompassing God creator universe, then it's still part of the all. And if you think about the news, even those people you're seeing are part of it. And so it's really interesting to put it in that context. The other thing is you get to decide what you interact with, what you interplay with. So actually I have our little one piece of swag that we have. Here's my Energy InterPLAY ball. Let's see if it's in focus. You see my symbol?
Oh, yeah.
It's the infinity symbol, but it is so, there's a whole story about how I found that, but it's all about this flow of energy and how we interact. And with our attention, what we're paying attention to, and our intention that we're putting into this energetic interaction, we get to choose what we play with. Back to play. That's why play is in, well, I can't even tell on this. Play is in capital letters in my logo because we need to get that playful energy, but we also need to get that idea of who are we going to play catch with? What energies are we going to magnify by playing catch with them? And so it's just really important to go, you know, I'm just not playing with that. I'm not going to magnify that. And it's, you know, easier said than done, but like everything with practice, you get more acutely aware of what's not your deal. You do not have to engage.
Now I want to butt in right there. Shaquille, he's my show producer. He's here. And Shaquille, you know, I have one of those reels that's about that. That's about play. I was just looking at it the other day when I was deciding some of the ones to load here. I wish I would have put it in here. But I say this, play, because play originates in that season of our journey, which is the shortest, childhood. And that's where so many things, that's where most trauma comes diving in. But that's also the moment when you're an innocent, that what is greater than literally places a mark on you for future greatness in your journey. I know this because it
Right.
was, I know
You
this.
lived it.
And I don't say this like, oh, the good, the bad, and the ugly. No, I say the good, the great, and everything else, and the greater, because it is what you call it into existence as. I believe that. You must choose. Many are called, few are chosen, but you'll be shocked at how few of us will literally choose in return. We'll accept. We'll accept.
Answering.
Say it's
Well,
for us.
it's like that interplay again. We're getting offered a lot. We're getting, and a lot of our, and I talk about this a lot, our good is trying to get to us. Let's get out of the way, and
Great,
some of it
our
takes
great is
work.
trying to
I
get to
mean, yeah,
because
exactly.
tell
Your
you,
greatness.
the
Yeah.
reason I don't ascribe to
Mhm.
good is because there's no place to go. You can't go from good to gooder.
Well, that's true.
You
That's true.
cannot. Why not just say
Yeah.
great? Here's why. This is what, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. You don't have to accept it, y'all. But I'm going to tell you, it was shown to me. Lauren, you are great. No, greater is he that is in me than he. Great is always used because great to greater, that ER, that ER, that ER, that ER.
Mhm.
One day, I'm going to walk down the driveway of whatever is built for me somewhere in this universe, whatever form I take next, right?
Mhm.
I don't have to go on the biblical stance, but I know there is something, life after the afterlife, after the afterlife, after life, infinity. But I'll tell you this. If I go from great to greater, great to greater, great to greater, great to greater, one day someone somewhere on the other side is going to say, look who it is. Here come crazy ass Dr. Lauren, one of our greatest. Great to greater, greatest, because I believe in the power of three. Past, present, future, yesterday, today, tomorrow. 3 pigs,
Yes.
3 wise men, 3 blind mice, 3 bears, 3, 3, 3. You
Yeah,
see?
it's interesting. Yeah.
Good. What can you do with good? Good, good, or goodest? Think about it.
Yeah.
Listen.
In my work, to
What?
get people, actually as a first baby step, to lean toward their good and to embrace the idea that the world's not against them. That is helpful. It's helpful. Just gonna say.
I know.
And I appreciate and respect your,
I'm just
I
saying.
like your,
Why? That's
there.
like,
I like
if
that.
these things are stair steps. Some people think first you're good, then you're great. I opened my eyes today. I'm starting with great because that's the bottom of the staircase. If I can choose great, why not?
Right.
Why do I have to get up at 6 o'clock and be good and wait till noon to be great? I am already great. And I will be greater before I shut my eyes tonight. That's personal choice. And guess what? Here's another personal choice, y'all. When we return, we're going to look at some pictures from Alice's trip to France. I've never been. Have you? And we're going to talk about why she went, what she went looking for, and what she brought back after she was already. Well, I'll wait. Because Alice, how long were you in France?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay, so you should have some pretty good stories. Okay, listen, you guys, stay where you're at. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Don't you dare move. We'll be right back with more of our show after these messages.
The power of we was a way of inclusion, a way of inviting anyone who needed or wanted a place to belong.
It was just very clear to me that this was something that would really benefit the young folks right here.
And to be able to give them a different perspective, that I know where they come from, I know what they're experiencing because I was there too, and letting them know that there's different actions that they can take that'll lead to a different destiny.
We really needed to hear that. In order to change our community, we needed to hear that.
And they are inspired to invest in making it happen. That's powerful.
Hey there, my friends. It's Dr. Lauren, and I want to personally invite you to take a look at something very special. Bathrobe Moments is back, y'all. That's right. And as we step into this new chapter, I'm seeking bold, purpose-driven voices, real voices who are ready to share something real. Now, it doesn't have to be perfection. No, it doesn't need to be a performance. But it does need to be your truth. If you have a story that can help someone heal, grow, rise, live life just a little bit differently, better, then That is what we are looking for, and this could very well be your moment. So now remember, you don't have to be famous. You just have to be real, ready and willing to share from your heart. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, you can get behind this, then we want you to DM us right here, and someone from the team is going to reach out, and we're going to see if this moment, because the door's open, and who knows, this moment, well, it very well might be yours. Let's see. Welcome back. Welcome back. Alice, get in here. There you are. Tell us about your trip. How long did it take you to plan this trip? And have you been before, or was this your first time going to France?
Not my first time. I've been going to France since I was in college.
Well,
I spent the summer there. I know I tried 5 times. Oh man, there's so much to say about that. I tried 5 times to go, and then one day I walked into my grandmother's kitchen, and she had all these pamphlets on Europe set out, and she said, "Do you want to go?" And so there's a lot of lovely story behind that, but she actually gave me the first $1,000 that I needed to make this trip that my college was going to do for the summer and study for the summer in Dijon, France. So divine appointments, I needed another $635. I worked all summer, I scraped and everything. I needed another $635 to make like the next payment. A huge hailstorm hit Warrensburg, Missouri, where I was going to school. I kid you not. After that insurance guy heard that I was going to France, he had been at the Cordon Bleu chef school in Paris. He loved France, and I'll be darned if he didn't find more damage on my car. This is years ago, so he won't lose his job.
Right, you won't lose his job.
He really worked it so that I got what was so totally necessary fixed. But I will be darned. This has happened many times in my life. I needed an exact number, and I'll be darned if that check did not match up.
Didn't match up.
$635.
Oh, there's a lot of power.
From that hail.
There's a lot of power in numbers. A lot of us have angel numbers.
Yeah.
And it all ties together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
it all ties together.
What are we looking at on the screen?
You're going to see some of this tying together even further. So this is my daughter, Katrina, and she
Which came first, her or the hurricane?
I know she did. You know, she was in her sophomore year in college, and we thought it was so funny. She had put on her dorm room door, Hurricane Katrina's coming, and it was really funny. Then it was not funny, and all that came down.
I know that's right.
She's been hearing about that, but she was my little blessing. I wasn't supposed to be able to have kids, and I got to have her. So
that's a true blessing.
She's amazing. She's an amazing girl. Yeah. So she fell in love with a Frenchman, and she's married to a Frenchman who's a bee farmer, and she is a culinary instructor, and she has a retreat business in France, and her company's called Empowered Kitchen, because she wants to empower people back into their own kitchens.
And there, everyone, is what is known as a shameless plug.
Exactly.
I love them. I'd get in wherever I can and get in where you fit in. That's what the kids
Exactly. So
does she live in France right now?
She lives in France forever because she's married to a Frenchman.
No wonder you get to go. You don't need a hotel.
I don't need an excuse.
Well, did I tell you, Alice, that I did contact the people over at whatever that thing is, the genealogy people that connect people, and I found out we're actually third cousins removed. So
you and I
are. So that means
if
I ever go to France, I should stay with family, don't you think? What's she laughing at, y'all? I'm completely.
I know.
Don't you see the similarity, the resemblance?
Yes.
Right around the lower earlobe.
Actually, my family is a rainbow connection, so that is very possible.
I'm serious. We got the same bottom of the earlobe. That tip matches exactly.
Oh, I see that. Yeah, I see it now. In the light.
So what is this we're looking at? Is this
so of course it's all tying together. So you're talking about threes. I listen to that little bell that has to do with divine geometry. I have since I was a kid, I think. I've been intrigued with like Leonardo da Vinci and all kinds of things. So while I was in France, I'd been hearing that there was this exhibit that was going to be shown for the first time ever. Eyes are getting on this artwork because this woman, Hilma of Klint from Sweden, said that nobody could see her art until 40 years after she was dead. She created this art, like you can see the date there, 1906 to 1915, and she got it through like a vision that she was supposed to create these humongous works of art using the old master's egg wash method, which nobody used then.
Please
So
don't
the
say anything about
colors
it. I haven't
are
eaten
right, right.
I'm serious.
The-
No, I'm serious. I'm getting hungry already. Egg wash. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm serious. I didn't eat yet. I used to eat on the show, and they told me this round you cannot.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't do that.
Go ahead.
Spirit told me to quit doing that too because I
So
was.
this was so important to you that you included it here. Exactly why.
It was so important because I lean into the connections. And for this trip, it was very interesting because this was supposed to be, it was a girls' trip. I didn't have to plan much of it. I went with 5 girlfriends from Denver, and we had this part that was culinary retreat with Katrina, my daughter, part that was e-bikes in Amboise, castles, and wine tasting. And then the last part was Paris. Well, it freaking rained every day.
I remember you said that.
It was hilarious. So we changed things, but it was great. It was great. Everybody it was a great group. Like it swung with whatever was put before us. But anyway, I didn't get to go see this exhibit. I was ringing in the back of my mind. I'd see posters. I'm like, what is this? And it was in this incredible building, the Grand Palais, which I'd never been in. Just a huge building with a glass dome, multiple glass domes, and all this stuff.
Wow.
So the last day we're there, so the girls left. We did do one day of biking along the Loire River. It was amazing, and lots of other fun stuff. But the girls left. I went back to see my daughter on her little farm in this little town outside of Chartres, France, which is the home of this labyrinth, another connection.
Okay.
I go back, and then she comes back to Paris with me for 2 nights. And our very last day, we're like, well, let's go to there was an event there that was a food event. I wanted to take her to. It was huge, but it didn't start till 7 that night, which was too late for us. So I said, well, there's this exhibit that's been kind of on my mind. I want to go see. So we do it. And this is what we see. These are huge paintings, and they are full of divine geometry. I could not believe it. You can see my figure eight there.
The infinity. There's the infinity.
Yes, you see infinity.
I see all kinds of stuff.
You see Fibonacci spiral. You see just triangles. You're gonna, the thirds, the triangle.
Yes.
Masculine and feminine triangles. And so it's just incredible. And I was just supposed to be there and see it. And one of actually way far down on the right end, there was a perfect infinity, almost embossed, white on white. You couldn't really see it until you got up to it. And I'm like, I don't get it, but I'm leaning toward it. I don't understand all this, but I even have a little, let's see if you can see this. I have a little Fibonacci beautiful knotless shell on my desk here because it reminds me there's an order and there's a pattern. We're just figuring it out. All this chaos and baloney that's going on is kind of helping to reveal more and more of this pattern that's running the universe. I think, we recognize that. We like repetition. We like, we feel comfortable when things are arranged a certain way. And there's an underlying order. And so anyway, that was very exciting. I just want to share that's kind of how I roll. I say I travel by following my spiritual nose, and I find these things. I mean, I can't even tell you. I found 14. I'm not even Catholic. I always say I'm genetically Catholic because I'm Italian, but I wasn't raised Catholic, but I love Mary. I love divine feminine energies, and I find the 14 stations of the cross everywhere. I'm out hiking in the middle of nowhere, and there's the 14 stations of the cross. Yeah. So I listen. So here's another one. So what you're looking at, our little VRBO in France was on this alley, nondescript alley. And I walk by this building, and I'm like, well, that's really old. And I look, and it is, the little plaque says, it is Louis Flamel's house from 1407. It's the oldest residence in Paris. And Louis Flamel was the guy who supposedly mastered alchemy, turned things into gold. I don't know. I don't know if he really could do that. I know that he
Wait a
became very
minute.
wealthy.
Are you talking about Rumpelstiltskin?
Rumpelstiltskin.
That's what
Oh,
he.
that was the threads. Oh, weave it into gold thing. You know, it's interesting because these fairy tales, not far from the truth. To
Thank
market,
you.
to market, to buy that pig.
That's
Yeah.
because it's the shortest season.
Yeah.
Pigs,
Ring,
3
ring
bears.
around the rosy.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah. There's truth. There are little, you know, nuggets of truth. Who knows?
Just saying.
That's an interesting. Yeah. So anyway, I just smile at this stuff. I'm like, okay, of course it's here. I don't know exactly why, but I'm taking note, and so I'm listening. And so, anyway, so hi Michelle. I see Michelle.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Popping up. Hey, Robert Brooker, Mr.
Cooking.
Canada.
Oh, hi, Robert Brooker.
You know Robert?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
I think so. From my Kansas City days. Yeah, I think so.
Probably.
Yeah.
Now I'm
Let's
going to
see.
go to this. I love this picture, and I don't
Oh,
even.
isn't this? Oh my gosh! Talk about another divine appointment. My daughter and I love jazz. My daughter was an incredible jazz saxophonist. She was always first chair in school and everything.
Are these real?
My,
Is this a wax thing?
this is real. This is before the concert. This is
They look like wax people.
Yeah, this is 3 stories below street level. It's a little scary. And this was a tiny little theater, and it was this jazz night.
I
And
love
these guys were all like in their 20s. Incredible jazz.
Wow.
Like just incredible. It was transportive. It was just awesome.
And
so,
that woman with the blue purse or the turquoise purse up there, she's having fun checking out the bricks.
The bar is back there. I think she's just looking back at somebody that's in the bar, in the cave, the further cave.
I'd have been there too. What's the name?
So just, we have, pardon?
How do you say the name of this place? I see something on the back wall, but I don't.
38 Riv. It's on the Rivoli Boulevard. Their address is 38 Rivoli, which I'm really excited I could remember right now.
Is that short for river?
No, I don't know. Rivoli. I don't know. Rivoli. No, fleuve is river in French, so I don't know.
Okay. Well, I think you need to take your cousin with you, and I'll find out exactly what that name means.
I don't know, Lauren. It could be something in the future. So again, back to Amboise. Our little section was supposed to be a lot of biking. We wind up our Airbnb right across the street from where Leonardo da Vinci spent the last 3 years of his life.
Wow.
So one of my favorite things that we did on the whole thing. So he spent the last 3 years there. He had his companion. He was gay, and his companion was there to the very end. And there was a very poignant painting there that is very, very moving. Yeah. Yeah. Clutch your pearls.
How did I not know this? I know about, listen. Oh, I'm not
Socrates, Plato.
But I don't know about Leonardo da Vinci.
Okay. Okay, so let's pause here. This is more of the divine geometry that he integrated into his designs, into his art, all of that. I just lean in. I don't get it all, but I lean in because I feel like I'm supposed to figure some of this stuff out. And so I'm just paying attention, taking notes, taking pictures, What was it to tell you? Helma of Clint. Let's just talk about her for a second. One of the very interesting things about her art, and one of the reasons she said nobody can see it yet, is she represented masculine and feminine energies, and she also represented a third gender.
3. Power of 3.
Power of 3, and we're in a time when gender is getting pretty fluid. It's like what it's also, my son was gay, and he came out in high school, and God bless him, that he unfortunately chose a very destructive partner, and that was really what expedited his passing. So just a bad situation all the way around. However, I, you know, and I have a trans daughter now through my
Wow.
husband, Ed. So I'm in this world of kind of, oh, okay, gender, these lines are
Fluidity.
expanding, right?
Yeah,
Expanding.
yeah.
And at the end of the day, is it that important? Is that the most important thing about a human being?
Hold on.
Mm,
Got to butt in there.
Yeah.
Traffic guard of purpose is stopping the traffic right here. I want to say this to you all. This little thing about at the end of the day, no, you can't do any much about it at the end of the day. At the start of the day.
At the start of the day. Yeah.
Because this is what drives us throughout the day so that we
Right.
can come to the realization that we need to by the end of the
Right.
day. Okay?
Right. I
Just
like
make
that. I think, yeah, for me, more accurately is like the crux of the matter.
There you go. At the
You know.
start of the day, at the beginning.
Right. Right. It
Let's
is.
start with that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Is that going to be your beginning, ending, you know, whatever, frame of reference or whatever. But anyway, it was very interesting that Helma of Clint had these insights and was creating art to express it. So anyway, I just want to make note of that. So there's an art connection. I'm an old art teacher. I don't know if you know that. I love art. I want to be a great portrait painter someday, great sculptor, but you know, this is the path I'm on. So
well, and there you are looking up at something.
Here I am looking in awe and wonder in Sainte-Chapelle Cathedral. Oh my gosh, where glass goes to die. The most beautiful stained glass on every wall, just incredible. And that's me. I'm just kind of the intrepid explorer. I have been, you know, I went to work in Yellowstone National Park when I was 18. I've had this kind of.
In a couple weeks.
Oh, you are? Oh, that's great.
For the Trueness Project annual event. Yeah.
For the what project?
The Trueness Project. Teresa Lawrence. Yeah, we'll be there. We're there every year. This will be the 3rd year.
Well, shoot, maybe I need to come up there.
Really?
8 hours from there.
Oh my God, it's going to be wonderful.
Oh boy,
wonderful. Yeah.
Okay.
Stick around.
Yeah,
Stay in the room afterwards.
we need to hear more about that. Yeah. Yeah, Yellowstone, and I can tell you where to go, where the tourists don't go, and all that good stuff.
Tell me where to go. I bet you can. Piss you off. I bet you can tell all of us where to go. I'm just kidding. Oh, speaking of, y'all want to know something really exciting that I got a download about 6 months ago? The only way to use the word hell as a blessing. Are you ready for this? Who's ready for this? Here you go. Don't when you feel like saying, oh, the hell with it. Oh, just go to hell. You know what? What the hell? This macaroni and cheese is good as hell. No, the only way you can use it as a blessing is when someone goes, well, why would you say that to me? How come da-da-da? I'm only trying to love the hell out of you. It's a disguised blessing.
Love the hell
I'm trying to love the hell out of you. Because when you love something, no matter what it is doing to you, for you, against you, whatever it may be, count it all joy. Love it anyway. And it will leave and replace that which is not meant to be with what is intended and intentional to be. Love the hell out of the things you find the hell with. That's how you get it out and get it in. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, you know what I love is that you keep a rail on being conscious about your words.
Yes. You know why?
You
know why? Yeah. Because it says, in the beginning was the Word.
Yeah.
And the Word was with God. And the Word was in God. That's what he said. Let there be light. Boom. And there was light. But first, there was the Word.
And what are words? Words are vibration and energy.
That's right.
Energy.
Look,
and so I just finished a unit, actually. I have a tool. Can I share?
Wait.
Okay.
I just want to say this. Why is it so important, everybody? Because we don't think or text things into existence. They get here only through one path. We speak them into existence. That's why. The 4 agreements, be impeccable with your word. First, there was the Word. In the beginning, there was the Word. That's all. I'm just saying. Okay, go ahead.
That was good.
And we got about 3 minutes, and I want you to leave people with something and get in there about that labyrinth real quick. So they don't really spirograph.
Okay, real quick, I'm going to give you a tool. It's called Notice, Choose, Shift. It's in my book called You Have the Power to Light the Field. Shameless plug. But there's a lot of good stuff in here, and it's less than $15, for heaven's sake.
And they find that at your website?
Yes, energyinterplay.com. Yes.
Perfect.
So there's a tool in here, and I just got done teaching it to my my group coaching. Notice, choose, shift. Notice the words inside your head or what's coming out your mouth. Notice those words. Is that what you really want? Consciously choose. What's the state of being you want to be in? What do you want to manifest? What kind of connection do you want to create when you're speaking to somebody? Choose it consciously and shift. Because when we shift that words have energy, they carry meaning.
Yes,
So once we shift that, the energy follows along, and that's when things manifest. And so notice, choose, shift. Okay, we'll have
that's
room.
absolutely right. May 26th. Today's the 28th.
Oh no.
It's June 2nd, I believe.
Next.
My mom's birthday. Next Thursday is my mom's birthday. Lucille.
Aw.
I know, God rest her soul. Now
Don't
listen.
you always, those dates are important.
Yes, they
It's
are.
lovely. My mom's was May 19th.
Really?
Yeah. Mom, Marie.
Yes.
You wanted to ask about my middle name.
I knew it was coming in. I knew it was coming in.
I know. So
Marie
much.
is here. Marie is here. There we go.
Marie, I chose to put my middle name on my book because I wanted to honor the Maries, the lineage from my great grandmother down.
All the way down.
Marie, everybody's Marie, Maria.
That's called honoring the distance.
Well, yeah.
It's called honoring the distance.
Yeah.
Because this is why when we say I receive this, our arms reach out. It's like why Jesus was on the cross like that. And I'm not even a zealot or anything, but I'm just saying symbols are everywhere, clues are everywhere.
Yeah.
If you want to make a difference, stay on the zero of the timeline, of the number line, where you can glean from the past, contribute to the future. You can only do that from one place. Right.
Oh my gosh.
Right
we
in
could
the
do a whole episode on that.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
That's
Well, the
excellent.
thing is, if you're within the realm of truth, it's never going to change. It's the only thing in the universe that will not change, cannot change, and will not change on us. 1, 2, 3. Listen, people, before we get out of here, I want to leave you with this. Whatever it is you're locking in for legacy purposes, that will seal your message within the hallways of history. It will be the literal grout for every tile of work you have done throughout your journey. Remember this. It must live at the top of your mind in order to find its way to the tips of their tongues. And it can only happen if it has originated from the center of your soul/heart. Now get in there. 1, 2, 3. Those are actual chakra zones. Check it out. You'll see Alice, Miss Energy InterPLAY. This is where you'll find her. And if you want to check out her daughter's wonderful opportunity, there it is, empoweredkitchen.com. Both of those are something that you should receive. So say it. I received this, and watch what happens. Alice, I just want to thank you so much for coming in. You guys, there's going to be a lot of little things that we put out about this. Share them out. Let people see the little reels from today. And get in there and check Alice Brink. No S. Alice Brink out. You will not be sorry. And that is a promise. Alice, again, thank you so very much. You are something special. I'll say that to you, okay?
Thank you, back at you.
Thank you so much. I received this. I received it. It's been a blast. You guys, we'll see you next Tuesday on the 2nd of June for another show. And we have got a great guest for you then, just like today. I'm Dr. Lauren, and remember, as always, get out and make a difference in the world. I want you to just let us know, what is it that you are doing every single day? Every single day. I'm going to let it sit there every single day. That eases some form of suffering in the world. Find that E and that R that takes great to greater, bold to bolder, bright to brighter, and wise to wiser. You won't be sorry, I guarantee you. We'll see you next time for the next episode of Bathrobe Moments. Have a blessed weekend. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you, Alice. Great job. Great job.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How explicit do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you